Cowdenbeath, but the only appearance he made was before the match, accepting 6 mountain bikes which the players use for training purposes. So Cowdenbeath captain Neil Irvine and his team found themselves up against the more regular Rangers lineup, which on this occasion favoured Ali McCoist and Mark Hateley up front, with Maurice Johnston on the bench. The strong wind made conditions difficult, and the Fifers showed they were determined to take advantage. With just 12 minutes gone, they silenced the huge Ibrox crowd by putting the ball in the net. But Sandy Ross had clearly used his hand, a la Maradona, and his protest was muted, to say the least. So relief for Rangers, but more danger on the way. This time Chris Wood's happy to see the ball over. But the tide was about to turn, and sadly for Cowdenbeath, the Rangers' breakthrough came from a defensive blunder. Mark Hateley the scorer, and Rangers looking more relaxed. Immediately after that, McCoist came close to scoring the second. Disappointment there for Rangers, but it wasn't to last long. Less than 2 minutes after scoring the first, Hateley got the chance of the second. An excellent finish and a chance to celebrate with the fans who've been warming to a player who's had to win them over the hard way. The third goal came after 35 minutes. The scorer Scott Nisbet proving that since converting to defence, he hasn't forgotten how to put the ball in the net. The pressure continued for Cowdenbeath, and another defensive mix-up almost gave Rangers a fourth goal. But McCoy's denied by keeper Willie Lamont, and the score remains 3-0 at half-time. In the second half, Maurice Johnston and Peter Houstra came on, but Mark Walters was the first to threaten. After that, Houstra got going and brilliantly set up the fourth for McCoist. Another great finish from Super Ali, and Rangers cruising towards the quarter-finals. But there was more entertainment to come, and again Houstra was turning on the style. The header wide that time by Trevor Stephen, who worked tirelessly for Rangers and came close to scoring on many occasions. His next attempt came a couple of minutes later and produced some acrobatics on the goal line. Rangers were still to see another goal though, and it was to come from the penalty spot. Mark Walters judged to have been pulled down by Dave McGovern. The defender's protest dismissed by referee Kenny Hope. So keeper Lamont against Walters, and no doubt about the outcome. "5-0 then for Rangers, and a place in the quarter-finals. After the final whistle, the Cowdenbeath players went to salute their fans, who'd made the journey through from Fife, and apart from the result, thoroughly enjoyed their day at Ibrox. Rangers were obviously in a good mood after the game, and manager Graham Souness was happy to discuss the match, provided events in Liverpool were not on the agenda.
I thought we played quite well in patches. It was quite blistery today, and difficult to play a controlled passing game in these conditions. But you know, we scored the 3 goals, or the 2 goals, quite early on, and really, as far as the contest was concerned, it was over then. But difficult because we concentrate on our passing and we push teams back, and we end up with a lot of bodies inside the area, and it's difficult to create chances in space then. But we score, 5 goals. We could have had a few more. We're in the next round of the cup, and sitting top of the league. So I've got to be happy overall, but we can do a lot better.
I asked you after the last round how badly you wanted to win this cup. Has it changed?
No, I want to win every game, David. It's the cup is something which has become, which has eluded me. It's something that's become a bit of a thing. I get a kick of the ball here. Look, you never lose it. And I'd love to win the cup, but at the end of the day, as I've always said, for me the most important thing is the championship. That's the professionals' trophy you want to win. The cup is a real bonus. We had a good result today. We'll see what the draw brings us later. And if we got another home tie, then I could ask for no more than that.